It was Paulette that called Fred and myself and wanted to meet with us. And so very quickly, we did meet with Paulette and Ken and a group. They came in and they started talking about this first night thing in Boston. I didn't have a clue what it was. But what really was impressive was their enthusiasm. I mean, it just took off with them. You could just see that they were living this thing in that room. You know, what was going to happen? They were asking for the city's support. And really, I wasn't quite that sure, but what really sold us was the energy that was radiated by their leadership and the people that were in there. And so we said, and I said, let's do it.
Well, Danny and I went to the first night, first time, and it was wonderful, and we thought, well, this is good for the community. And we've been going ever since, and it's fun to see the families and even people from out of town that haven't ever seen Monterey come here. And then at the end, it's a great way to start the new year. And thanks to Paulette and Ken.
I'm so pleased to be here today and be able to talk about first night. More importantly, I'm pleased, I'm thrilled to be able to talk about Paulette and Ken. It's just amazing to me. You know, I truly believe that the best events are those things that represent the soul of the community. And boy, First Night's been doing it for so many years. But you know, it would never have happened if they hadn't had the grit, if they hadn't had the courage and the creativity and the belief in the soul of Monterey and the diversity of Monterey, and then add to it that they just wanted all of us to have a good time. And that's what they're the ones who brought it all together. It was their belief and their tenacity that made it all happen. And you know what? There is no doubt in the world that they know how to throw a party, and it just keeps going on.
First Night Monterey taught us all that the arts are the answer to so many of our community's problems, and the best thing about it, and Ken and Paulette as founders, is they just did everything with great joy.
So it's all these years she has been an advocate for what we do here in Salinas, that she has been able to notice us, notice our work, and we respect each other. And I think that's one of the great things about Paulette, that she knows the true meaning of respect. She's treating each other equally and respectfully and honor each other. And I think that's great about her person.
Thanks, Paulette and Ken, for First Night, a great event, starting out with such small ideas, but in the end it was all about people, all about your ability to bring out the best in people, bring people together and create community, create opportunities for people on staff, the performers, the volunteers, and your vision continues. So I look forward to the next great things. Thanks so much.
I became obsessed with bringing First Night to Monterey at one point, and I went to a conference that was happening practically in my hometown. I stayed with my family at night, and I went to the conference every single day. By the time I got home, I had a backpack full of brochures, buttons, and everything, and my head was even more full of the idea that First Night should happen in Monterey. Art-centric, family, community, everything was so positive at a time of year when we really should be thinking ahead. with joy in our heart. And
We had a lot of friends. It was kind of like the old Mickey Rooney film. Hey, gang, let's put on a show. And people came out of the woodwork, people we didn't know, friends who were willing to get in there. Paulette had a day job and was doing this in addition to working full-time at the Family Resource Center. But we were able to tap into these friends and all these people who shared the vision, who thought that looking forward with hope rather than drowning your sorrows in alcohol and looking backward was really the way to start a new year.
the very first night started in Boston and was already 25 years old at the time that we started. And there were a lot of other first nights that had really long track records and really good growth patterns and really great impact. So I did know, and I think that was why I was especially excited, because even though it feels like a party, it's definitely got that energy. There's so much more to it. So I just felt it was worth the investment, and I'll be forever grateful to everybody who was willing to jump in, especially in those early days, but also to the people who kept it going all this time, and so really, really grateful.
It was really neat to hear from people who've been part of the community for a long time how critical it was to be able to get together on big occasions to celebrate. Councilwoman Teresa Canepa said every time anything big happened, and everyone wanted to be together downtown. And so first night resonated through that tradition. It was a gathering that brought everyone downtown together with a common purpose. And for people who've never been in a first night to say, oh my gosh, I can bring my kids out on New Year's Eve. It's not going to be focused on alcohol. It's going to be focused on creativity, the richness of arts in the community, all the things we can do together, and the spirit of hope moving forward. That really caught on with them. Now I think that was the spark that Paulette had in mind that really took off and has just spread now for more than 2 decades.
It all culminated in nearby Custom House Plaza. The 1-2 punch of Paulette and Ken recruited a lot of people like me to produce the premiere of First Night Monterey. After a year and a half of organizing and promoting, the finale happened on New Year's Eve, 1993. 5,000 people showed up. We were flabbergasted. And those people discovered magic, enduring magic.
Happy
New Year! Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.